The Crypto Teacher brings you Giancarlo, the Crypto Dad, bringing the truth. And I quote, is going to be a CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China. And remember, the Crypto Teacher wrote about it 6 years ago, so I told you first. And with the Belt and Road, you have all these countries working together with different currencies. And who's going to move that? Xrp Xlm Lightning Network. And this was planned a long time ago. Please go check out my Society 5.0 video. But let's get into the video.
Like Russia, like Iran, like North Korea, to skirt sanctions and create a system by which they can basically get around these things with just the flick of a switch.
I'm very concerned that extensive use of sanctions in this case, and I'm not advocating for or against, I'm just speculating that extensive use of sanctions against Russia, perhaps against China, if there's any other activities going on geopolitically, could be the last hurrah for sanctions, because I think it could drive and accelerate work by China and Russia to develop CBDCs, to use it in their foreign relations, in the case of China, in the case of their Belt and Road Initiative, and to really move portions of the globe off the dollar-based, Western bank-dominated, account-based system that we have today. And so CBDC is absolutely an effort by many non-aligned countries to move away from the sanction power that exists in our current Western bank-dominated, SWIFT-based messaging system, account-based banking system. So there's no question. It's a point that Daniel Gorfine and I made 2.5 years ago in our Wall Street op-ed, saying if the U.S. could send a man to the moon, we could put the dollar into cyberspace, advocating for the U.S. to accelerate its development, its exploration of central bank digital currency. For China, it's not just about developing its own ECNY. It's also about dominating the underlying CBDC technology in the same way they've done with 5G technology, so they can be a major exporter of CBDC infrastructure to countries around the world that desire to have their own central bank digital currency, but don't have the wherewithal to build the core technology from scratch. And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China. And so that, and for countries that may wish to avoid sanctions, whether they be Venezuela or Cuba or other countries. CBDC is absolutely being seen as a form of statecraft by countries that have been subject to Western sanctions in the past and wish to have a way to avoid that in the future.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. Please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, those books are mandatory because they show you how the world really works. And in the times that we're in right now, we definitely need to know how the world works.
Much love
to those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. And remember, the New World Order cryptos are in my Patreon. Plus, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. And that is so important because, guys, we are getting close to that main event. And then also, much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. And right now, we're having a slight pullback. But guys, we know we are the only game in town. I do not see a pump this weekend. Guys, we know when CME opens, it normally moves the market. I see us pulling back when CME opens because if we look at repo, they did pull back. Plus, we saw the stock market pump off the repo from the day before. And then plus, we received a little pump also. So we saw the Fed buy up tech. And remember, cryptos is a part of tech. That's the reason why we move along with the NASDAQ. Now, this article states that 34,000 was the bottom for Bitcoin. Is this correct? No. The Fed told us they're going to raise rates. The Fed hasn't lied to us not one time. Yeah, so we're going to have pumps and dumps, yes, because they haven't done anything yet. They haven't raised the rates, they haven't started rolling off the balance sheet, and they haven't stopped QE. So yes, we're still going to have pumps and dumps for right now. And then when it comes to Ethereum, the premium hits a 7th-month low. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators because it's going to allow us to know where the market is going. So we have yield rates, we have volume, we have Tether, we have USDC, plus we have the good old Fed. And make sure you're paying attention to the repo. Now, guys, we have open interest coming. Then we have on March 11th, the government has to get funded again. And then we have the Fed meets on the 15th and 16th to let us know what they're going to do and the actual guidance. So March is going to be very, very important. And then plus, guys, we have Grayscale. Grayscale has been moving lockstep with the Fed, hasn't bought a lot, letting us know we're definitely going to have a pullback, but Grayscale is the key to Bitcoin and cryptos. If they get approved for that spot ETF, cryptos and Bitcoin can maintain. If not, guys, you're going to see cryptos take a big dump throughout the months. We're going to see 99% of cryptos disappear anyway over the next year, year and a half. But the fact is, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the major utility tokens are still going to take a beat down if we don't get real use cases or that institutional money come flooding in. But we know cryptos are the solution for the fourth industrial revolution. Remember, crypto means hidden message. The hidden message is these cryptos are not for us. They're for the robots, algorithms, and drones. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we had Luna pump off of news, and hopefully everybody made a little money off of that. I made sure I gave it to you in my Patreon and on the channel. So guys, make sure you're paying attention to news, especially going into a bear market. These cryptos are going to pump and dump a lot, and majority of it is going to be off news. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, guys, we have the ECB President, Christine Lagarde, calls for crypto regulation in response to Russia. So therefore, they can't circumvent the system. And as we heard Giancarlo state, that's exactly what's going to happen. And guys, remember, Russia is just a magic trick. That's to distract you. But the fact is, the real key is China and that digital yuan, that CBDC. And then you talk about the Belt and Road. Remember, I bought you these videos long before Giancarlo, anyone was talking about it. And then also, guys, I wrote it in my book. The fact is that they want China, the dragon, to rise, and America to Babylon to fall, because this gives the New World Order full, total control. We still have freedoms in America. Do not forget that. Now, we have the gaming ecosystem lets all players participate to play to earn opportunities. And guys, that's all we keep hearing about is these play to earn opportunities. Why? Because this world is about to change. If the robots, algorithms, and drones are taking over the economy, there's going to be less and less jobs. We hear all the stores going cashierless. That's the reason why I play Andrew Yang before every video, to let everybody understand that they're going to move through this economy through automation. But the millennials, the Generation Z, are going to allow it. Why? Because they're having fun while they're doing it. And remember, when it comes to technology, you can use it for good or evil. That's the reason why it's so important for you to understand it. There's nothing wrong with you playing with technology. It's for you understanding it, so therefore it can never be used against you. And the same thing when it comes to television, all these illusions. As long as you know it's fake, it doesn't bother you. You never gave it energy, so it never can manifest in your universe. The mind is so important. That's why I let you know the mind is the greatest weapon. That's why it's only a few that's chosen, because it's only a few that really understand that. And lastly, guys, we have a new Data Act. The European Commission aims for more control over smart contracts. And again, using fear, the illusion that they're protecting your data and privacy by giving them more control. But this act lets us know that the economy is definitely about to change. We are moving over to a digital ecosystem. The fourth industrial revolution is being built behind the curtain and right in front of the sheep's eyes. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Plus, the 3 Kids books is time to re-educate. Also, if you're into cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The Crypto Teacher Stock Channel, Crypto Teacher Stocks. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, got that home stocks, the C-word, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.